Russos brand family. We are family.
AlternaTV.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of AlternaTV. As always, I am your host, Brandon Stransky. This week, or this time, we're going to be doing something, doing something a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more entertaining this week. It's something a story I've been wanting to tell, been saving it for something, but figured today this show would be a great time to tell this story. As some of you know, I should say used to, because I don't really do it actively anymore. I used to be an independent wrestler. Still kind of sort of involved in the business in other ways, but anyway, this story takes place in the summer of 2014. How this began was me and some friends of mine, some other fellow wrestlers, ended up getting a booking down in Mexico. First time any of us had wrestled outside of the country before. It was going to be the plan was we were going to stay over in Texas Thursday and Friday, and then to do shows there, and then head into Mexico Saturday, have fun that day, and then do the show on Sunday, and then head home. But if it was as simple as that, though, there would be no story. So here we go. So basically, we're heading down to Texas, and on the way, this wasn't, I may have been told this before, I didn't remember it, but this is when it hit me, was that, on the way down there, the guy in our group that handled the bookings for all of us, let us know that, hey, just to give you a heads up, this place we're working for, is owned and operated by a cartel. And you cannot turn down anything they offer you, otherwise they'll take it as a sign of disrespect and kill you. That's 100% legitimate. The person whose house we stayed over in Texas, who also went with us and and had been wrestling regular there, actually showed us a machete given to him as a gift by the cartel that had dried blood on it. Yeah, it kind of took for a morbid turn there, but it gets better. So the day comes that we finally do end up getting into Mexico. How did that go down? Oh, I'm trying to rack my brain here. Yeah, we get there, and just to let you know, though, the cartel took very good care of us. They handled our, they treated us very well. They showed us a great deal of respect. They took care of our transportation, hotel, food, payday, and then later on in the evening, they also took care of delivering booze, weed, and coke to our hotel. And then later on, they took care of hookers. Yep. Sit tight, folks. It only gets better. So yeah, anyway, we get into Mexico, we get to our hotels. The first place they take us out to eat, take care of our food there, and it's during that lunch that the two guys that I traveled with, the other guys I traveled with is two tag teams, the Hooligans and the Viking War Party. They and at the time, the Viking War Party were tag team champions of a different promotion here in the States, and they brought the belts with them. And we ended up taking my car down to the border and and then we ended up leaving those belts and that in the car, and we headed over to Mexico. And then during lunch, the promoter, I think it was promoter or whoever, somebody who was definitely up in charge, definitely a cartel involved with the wrestling company, offered the Viking War Party more money if they would drop the belts to the team that they were wrestling and then come back and then win them back the next time they came through. So then that agreement was made. Then that'll come into play later. So we're, basically hanging out that day at the hotel, getting in the pool. They had a nice pool there. Hung out in the pool, had some fun there, drinking and whatnot. And then later on that evening is when the real fun starts. Oh boy, let's see where to start with this. So basically, yeah, night falls, we're chilling, we're hanging out at the hotel. Delivery car pulls up from the cartel. They're bringing us. I mean, they're literally bringing us coolers of booze. And then they bring us weed and they bring us coke. I didn't touch any of the coke. I'm sorry, that ain't for me. Sorry, that's just not for me. And then we're also told that they would, and then it was time to there was a cartel contact who was with us pretty much the entire time, and he was kind of took care of us. Anything we needed, he handled for us, and he was the one who driving us around and took us to where the hookers were at. And if any of you have listened to the Sean Hernandez interview that Mr. Russo did a while back, and you heard him talk about a place called Boys Town, how that worked, or Boys Town Disneyland, however they call it, it's called Boys Town Disneyland Red Light District, but the way that he described it was 100% on point. I can personally tell you that the way he described it is completely accurate. So anyway, the first group of guys goes, which is, I forgot who all went with that group. And the rest of us stay in the hotel, and we're just hanging out, passing the joint around, smoking weed, having a good time. And then eventually they get back, and we come to find out that they had actually been pulled over and frisked by the police, which was kind of scary considering the fact that it is so friggin' corrupt down there, the way the police are handled. Like, one of the guys that went down with us, he had been down there before. He had actually had an incident with a police officer where an officer asked to talk to him in an alley, asked to show him his ID, pulls out his wallet. The cop takes the wallet, takes the money out of the wallet, hands the wallet back, and says, "Have a nice day." That's how effed up it is down there with the police. But anyway, they get back, and then it's our turn, and I end up being the one going only with the contact on the trip, because he ends up taking me to where is it? Ends up taking me to go get the belts because it was in my car, and I was the only one who had a pass card, which is like a smaller, reduced version of a passport. I was the only one who had a pass card. Everybody else used birth certificates, other information to prove their citizenship to get back across the border. So yeah, however, I'm high during this. So I ended up having to figure out a way to sober me up. So we have to go back to the border to go get the belts. It's about 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. And I have absolutely no clue where I'm going because they had shut down the walk-across portion of the border, and they're only doing drive-acrosses. So here's me, eyes red, wandering around, just wandering around, wandering around the border, while there's cops and drug-sniffing dogs going through cars, checking them, and here's dumbass me walking around. I was blessed that night, no doubt about it. I was blessed that I wasn't arrested that night. But eventually, the Border Patrol people pointed me toward the direction of where they had actually shut down one of the drive-through lanes to allow people to walk across. I walk across, get to the car, get the belts, and then I go back across the border, and as I'm coming through the baggage scan, the guy who's running it wanders off to go do something else as I'm walking through. So now the only people that are there now are me and a police officer holding what looks like an M15. Needless to say, I was pretty scared at this point. Looks through the bags and sees the belts and goes, "Oh, you?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, not me. I'm not good enough for that." But, I'm clearly, but it ends up going well. We get across, and then the contact's waiting for me back on the other side of the border. Once we get back into Mexico, we get in the car, and then we start heading back to, or I'm hoping we're heading back to the hotel. It's just me and him in the car, and Lord, I'm sorry, but this is how it went down. He looks at me and says, "You like a fuck?" And I'm kind of just sitting there going, this could turn out very badly either way. So I think I know where he's going with this. I think he's, based on, the fact that we were all supposed to go, they're supposed to take us to Disneyland, to Boys Town, to the red light district. I cross my fingers, hope that's what he's referring to, and I say yes. And he goes, okay. Brings me to the red light district. We go in. And like I said, it's like Hernandez said, with where you drive up, you're driving down the road and you see the women hanging outside their little work areas, the little rooms that they do their business in. They're just standing out basically advertising themselves. Eventually find one that I like, pick her, go in, and do the thing. And I will say they actually are very sanitary down there. I'm pretty sure they understand that their bodies are their livelihood, so they take very good care of them, making sure they're clean, no diseases, nothing like that. So that at least I can give a thumbs up to. But yeah, we go in, do the business, do the hey nanny, go out, and come back. And then the next day, of course, is the show. And there was an insane cast of characters in that locker room. There was one dude whose gimmick was Mario. And it was a fun show. It was actually a very, very fun show. And then, all right, thinking they're going to take us back to the border and we're going to start going back home. One more trip to Boys Town. One more trip to Disneyland. Awesome. Now, I will, full disclosure, I really didn't want to do it. I know some of you might think that's weird. Some of you might think I'm crazy for saying that, but sorry, that ain't me. I'm not the kind of person who likes sex just for sex. I want it to be with somebody I care about and truly love and care about. But that's just me. But yeah, anyway, that is the Mexico story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all found it entertaining, and hope you all have a great week. See you next time.
Hello everybody, this is Vince Russo, and I am here to announce to you an all Russo's brand family website. We've never done this before, bro. This is a first. If you are a member of Russo's brand family, if you want to join Russo's brand family, if you want to visit Russo's brand family, here is the place to go. Let me tell you what you're going to find on this website. All the brand family shows. You will be able to chat together in the forum. You will be able to upload your songs, your shows, your thoughts, your periscopes, and you will get involved with the family forum to keep in touch with the brand. This is your place to be and your place to get exposure and upload your content. This is for you, bro. I told you I wanted a creative forum for the brand, and this is it. Now, please follow us on Twitter at Russo's Family and subscribe on YouTube. Find us at russosbrandfamily.com. This is your baby, bro. Check it out. Have fun. We are family. Russo's brand family. We are family.
I'm slow. Get out of my face. What else? If you don't like Galen's Marvel, I probably haven't heard that one in a while. I thought that was funny as fuck.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.